And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. You know, so many lies and so much time to tell them, apparently. It's the way it seems, doesn't it? As we face the madness of today in this nation, and I do mean madness, we have some winning to report. And you know, yesterday, I've never said this before, ever. I love this president. Yesterday, on Tuesday, July 10th, 2018, the Oregon ranchers were pardoned by our president. The Hammonds were pardoned by our president. We won't go into detail today about that, but we will talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. These men were wrongly accused and quickly incarcerated, spent time, let out, and then taken back to serve more time. Totally unprecedented. But now they have been pardoned. Several years of their lives were stolen from them, and they spent a large sum of money trying to fight this injustice. We'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. I normally don't have nightmares, but last night I did. And I think it was the first time ever to have a political nightmare. I truly do fear for this nation. For all of you, and I fear for the lives, for our president and his family, and the vice president and his family, and his administration, as they are now targeted, been pointed out and targeted, literally, by the hate side. My nightmare had to do with the left removing the president and the vice president for a temporary time. The one to take his place was not the one, Speaker of the House, which you know I'm really not too fond of him anyway, but that's constitutionally the way it's to be done. But they did it their own way. They didn't follow the Constitution. I was so angry, and somehow I was in this place. It was like a cafeteria or something, and there were 3 Republican elected officials there. And I was so disgusted. I was just ranting and raving at these politicians and for allowing this injustice. These were Republicans. And I don't know who they were except for one of them. One of them was Rand Paul, who said I shouldn't be mad at them, but I was. They could have stopped it all, and they didn't. Does that sound familiar? Total madness. I had a call yesterday afternoon in the office, and I don't know if that sparked my nightmare. I kind of doubt it. But the world, yes, the world, would have us all believe another lie, that America hates children and that we are abusing children as separating them from their parents at the borders or illegal aliens. I will no longer submit to that language. So the caller was informing me of new ads that were going to hit TV, and I saw one last night. These ads are promoting or pointing fingers at the USA as mean monster haters of children. This ad was from UNICEF, an organization that I saw as phony a long time ago and quit supporting it. The screen on the TV was blue. It was kind of a light-colored blue with white words coming up, and I don't have this verbatim, but it was saying, it had a child crying. Is this a child a citizen? Is this child an immigrant? Is this child an illegal immigrant? And then it said, does it matter? It's a child. America is not the enemy to children. America is not an enemy to immigrants. America is not an enemy to migrants. America is not the enemy. America is the victim of the far left agenda, wanting open borders and to dissolve the U.S. as a sovereign nation. Open borders, no constitution, no Bill of Rights, no laws, a North American Union, and we will soon look like Paris or France if this happens. Where anything goes, except you better watch where you go, and you never go out at night, especially if you're a female. You better watch out. And this is coming from the left that are supposed to be protecting women. Eliminating ICE is not the wishes of the majority of Americans, and those who are screaming for it are either totally ignorant or have an agenda, and I believe there are both involved. I am not an immigrant. That's another lie that the idiot left wants us to believe. The idiotic left. We're all immigrants. That's what I was told. We're all immigrants. I'm an immigrant. I said, no, you are not. And I am not an immigrant. Not that that's a bad thing, but I'm not. I'm actually fifth generation from Revolutionary War hero, Brigadier General Thomas Sumter. And before that, I don't know, my ancestors came here, I think, with the Pilgrims. I've been here forever. I'm not an immigrant. It wasn't even a nation when my ancestors came here. America is an open nation to immigrants, but not to murderers or sickos or drug traffickers or mentally ill or rapists or human traffickers. And the list goes on. These words do not mean the same thing. Immigrant, aliens, and migrants. They are totally different. Study up and know who you are. Know that the lies being spit out from the mainstream media and the far left are coming at you to manipulate you, I can't even talk this morning, into their will. And that will is not about national security, it's not about jobs for Americans or community safety. Today